Hey everybody, I'm Tom. This is Operation Valkyrie, Phase 2, Video 3, the ProTools Set Up. This is going to be a very short video. I've finally mastered the screen recording software, so what I'm going to do is walk you through a very quick setup of a recording session, and it shouldn't take much time at all. Hopefully, it's got good information for you. If you see something wrong, let me know, or if you see something that I'm doing that could be done better, let me know, and we'll talk about it. All right. Uh, I'll see you in a minute.
All right, what we're doing now is I started a session, but I didn't set up any tracks. So here we go, no tracks. So the first thing you do is you add a track, stereo master fader, so that you can see the levels of everything. And I have in mind 7 audio tracks. They're all mono, and then 1 stereo aux input track that will be for reverb. Everything will go through that. It'll be the glue that holds the whole mix together. After I do this, I go through, I set up the names of everything. I have my guitars. The way I set up my tracks, I set everything in order. So guitars, then bass, then vocals, and then the aux track. After that's set up, I will go and I'll set my sends. I'm having to drag things over from my second screen because the video recorder that I have that works on Windows XP doesn't do this. So the first thing I do is set up the reverb channel. I'll just turn that all the way up because why not? And set the input to the bus. Bus 1 and 2 is a stereo input, and then I'll take a send from each track and send it to bus 1 and 2. That's how you set the levels that go to it. And after I do this, I set the guitars at -2 dB, and I just alt click and copy that over from instrument to instrument, from line to line. The vocals go a little bit higher, and so do the drums. Drums aren't there yet. They'll come in a minute. Say I'm setting the vocals here to 0 send, which means that that's the same level as the regular output. Now I'm setting the panning for my guitars for the left and right Les Pauls to left and right, and I'm setting the panning for the reverb sends to the opposite. I don't remember why I started doing this, but I started doing it and I like the sound of it. So there you go. That's all the reasoning I have. I haven't done it yet. Right now I'm importing a drum track so I can show you how that looks. But I haven't done it yet, but I usually take that reverb track on the end and I set that to 0 as well. And then turn it up and down as required for the sound in the mix. I like to keep the reverb on the end. All of the aux inputs, I put them on the end. And there, I'm sending another send to bus 1 and 2 for reverb, and this one goes full speed all the way up because the drums are integral. And I like to have everything on the same reverb, that way it feels like a band playing together. Since I'm recording these dry, what I'll do is I'll set up a SansAmp plugin so that I can at least, hear myself rocking out while I'm recording, even if that's not, going to be the end sound. It records, this channel will record the dry sound, and it's got that plugin on it, but as soon as I take that plugin off, the dry sound is still there. So I'll do that when I record guitar 1, and then I'll just copy it over. I'll either copy it or move it to guitar 2 and then do the same for guitar 3. All right, and now that I've got the guitars recorded, they're nice and dry, I need to add some new tracks. I will add 1 track for each dry one, so 3 tracks. And now what we'll have to do is I'll have the send, and I'll take the dry track and I'll send it to analog 4. From analog 4, it goes either to my line 6 or to my Boss ME30 or whatever other thing that I'm using. And then it goes back to analog input 3. I send all of them there. And I should have done this from the beginning because I'm doing this video to show the setup, I didn't really think about it. But all of my inputs that are instruments go to microphone 3, or go to input 3, and the actual microphone is, I have that plugged into input 1. I save input 2 from when I'm recording an acoustic guitar. That is my that's my line for that. And see, as I'm snapping my fingers to make sure that the microphone is working. And now what you do is you mute the ones that you don't want to put through your effects loop, because that's basically this is, it's an effects loop. I rename these W LP1 and W LP2 and W Ibanez for wet. It's just what I do. I have those other Les Pauls, or the other guitar tracks are muted, and I record this one, and then I play it through and play one track at a time, and then mute the other ones and record it and play it through and record one track at a time. And that is how I will end up, in essence, reamping. And this is another thing I forgot to do. I forgot to move all the reverb sends over to the tracks that'll be used and set my pans and everything like that. But there you go. That is the basic setup for how I record a Pro Tools session.
And that's that. Simple, no fuss, no muss. There's not a lot to work through. The biggest part will be getting down a good recording of the things that you want to do, so you have good material to work with. The mixing and the editing phase, that'll be later, and then the mastering will be after that. But if you have good captures to begin with, if you have a very good representation of what it was you wanted to record, the rest of this will be relatively easy, I think. We'll see. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. And I've been Tom, you've been you, and this has been Operation Valkyrie.